dear friends, this is Ouassima and welcome to this video. I'm very happy to be with you for this with this challenge that I am launching in my YouTube channel. This year I have encountered very interesting decks that have very high vibrations in my opinion, and that I feel that are that carry higher energies and allow me to connect to higher energies or higher allies or ascended masters, for example. And I wanted to introduce them to you so you can maybe use them as tools for your own practice or as tools to bring these energies into your healing sessions. So some of them you might like, some of them you won't like, and that's okay, because these decks that I will be presenting to you are my own choices, and I would be really curious and interested to know what are the decks that you consider have high energies or high vibrations. Do you believe in this view, this point of view? Do you think that all the decks carry high vibrations? Do you think that all the decks, every deck has his own spirit? Or not? And every answer is all right, because we are all different, but we have the same passion, which is decks. So please bear with me with my own points of views, and also I would encourage you to be open to explore other visions, and maybe they will show you new decks. They will make you curious about these little jewels. Okay, so for today I wanted to present to you this deck, the Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle. This deck, I have had it since this summer and I have been enjoying it so much. First, because I already work with the Archangel Metatron, as if you are in the energy healing shamanic practice, you know that Archangel Metatron is one of the higher hierarchy archangels, and he is overviewing the Ascension process at the moment, and he is also an archangel we can work with if we want to transmute some energies in our lifetimes, in our lives, or in our DNA, so that we can get through the new dimension or a new life or a new way of living. So this deck was made by Amanda Ellis, which she has a YouTube channel, and I love her. I follow her channel because she's a channeler. She channels many beings, and among them you can find singers, you can find actors, you can find famous people, and she has a very nice energy that I like, because she's honest, she's natural, she's really close to the heart. And these paintings were made by one of her friends, that I will look for. Yes, artwork by Jane Delaford Taylor. It's one of her friends, and they have been making these paintings over a few years, I suppose. So let me see what they say in their introduction, and look at this. Look at this painting, which is so beautiful. I feel blessings coming through, and it's so interesting to put a picture like this for a client, so he can see what you see when you work, how the energy flows through your hand, because you work with many beings or many archangels, for example, and this energy comes through your hands to them as a blessing. So yeah, I love the paintings. So they talk about Archangel Metatron as a powerful ally who watches over the entire angelic realm and serves as a bridge to the earth. Metatron is able to help with the concerns of our everyday lives, because he is said to have once walked the earth in a human incarnation. incarnation. Of all the archangels, he understands what it is to be human and how difficult it can be at times. His energy is multidimensional and is not attached to any one creed or spiritual philosophy, which makes his guidance relevant and accessible to all who call on him. Isn't that beautiful? So Archangel Metatron, it doesn't have really a religion, in my opinion. Religion was really named by us. There is just one religion, in my opinion, and it is love, it is oneness, it is true, it is the truth. So I love this idea of getting out the archangels from the Christian, Muslim, and all the kind of religions, to give them again that universality that belongs to them. The deck has 55 cards, and I started with the guidebook because I found it really beautiful, especially that the cards are printed here with the full colors of the deck, and you will find the description just next to it. The quality of the book is really beautiful, and I have thought before to cut these cards. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'm still thinking about that because the pictures are bigger in this guidebook, and I would love to have them just in my office, you know, some cards to have their energies. Okay, so in the guidebook you will find also the pictures of the artist, which isn't just here. Jane Delaford Taylor is here. And I think you will find also a picture. Amanda, where is she? I don't know if Amanda... Oh yes, we have Amanda Ellis and her picture just at the beginning of the book. I didn't see her. And she makes essences, and I don't know if she calls them essences, but she makes mixes of vibrational essences that you can use in your practice. Anyway, she is very, very interesting. She's a spiritual teacher and a channeler to the higher realms. She has a system called healing, Metatron color healing. That's why the deck is so colorful. She's also a qualified color therapist, and she has a wide client base and runs sessions, trainings, and offer guidance. And she offers also regular workshops all over the world. Yeah, so check her website. I will probably leave it below. Okay, so this is the guidebook. What about the cards? And did I show you the box? The box, I removed everything from the box because I'm using the deck. So I like to use like small pouch like this. It's not the same color. I didn't make one or found one that will go with this color. So at the moment I'm using that one. So we have 55 cards in this deck, and I don't want to show you all the cards because sometimes I don't want to see all the cards when I want to purchase a deck. I want to have that curiosity going, you know. I want to keep that mystery. So I will make probably a reading, a small reading for today, and let's pick maybe 5 cards or more. Okay. So what do we need to know for today? And I'm asking at the same time Archangel Metatron to be with me here and now, and help us maybe with a question, maybe something just like a small message we want to have. Okay, this is the cards I wanted to show up. And when I'm talking about that, I'm looking at this and we have 6, you know, the star of Metatron, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I might want to put another card here. We will see what comes through what will comes through that. Okay, let's see. All right, the first card we are having the duality card here, and balance needed. This is really interesting that this card comes in, because for me personally, I have been dealing with that all the year, talking about duality inside and how to have this balance inside of us, even if outside is so mixed, is so bringing our ego to the to the surface, and we need our ego to deal with the world sometimes. But how can we get back? How can we get back to this inner realm that is us, that is our true essence? Because these two, the shadow and light, is our true essence. But if we are too much in the darkness, we forget the light. If we are too much in the light, we don't know how to deal with people anymore. So how can we bring all this together? Okay. Review and reflection. It's like Metatron is saying, why don't we take more time to meditate about the word, like having that nothingness, to connect again to nothingness, and then getting that view, distant view of what is happening in the world and what is happening to you. It's like the lack of time, that aspect of lacking time, of running after time, is making us really far from our true essence. We need time, and time is not like we are going to steal it from our other preoccupations, because we have so much to do during the day. But we need to make it. We need to make time to reconnect with ourselves. We need to make time to meditate, to be like 5 minutes with ourselves without anything coming from the outside, and also without letting the inside, like I need to do, I need to make, I need to do that, I need to send that message, I need to eat, I need to prepare, I need to go there, I want to learn, I want to read, I want to... Letting all these things that come also from the inside, just quiet, just to be quiet for some minutes, so we can, so that the water can be quiet and we can see beyond. What is the Archangel Metatron saying? Also, chakra, light body. It's like with this card, I'm hearing a song in my head. I'm hearing a melody in my head, and it's like dance. It's like dance, dance. It's like I'm hearing something like saying the joy that can come from dancing, the joy that can come from connection. Sometimes some of my clients, like they say, I don't know how to meditate, I don't know how to stay just 5 minutes without doing anything. But when we stay with ourselves, there is something that comes from that. We call it connection, we call it quietness, we call it joy. We connect to something, and that something is what will bring us again to this moment. And when you stop meditating, you feel that there is something missing in your life, because you enjoyed it, you have gained something from it. And that's why I call this spiritual food, because as much as we need our physical food, we need the spiritual food. Spiritual, we need a fuel, like the gasoline. And the gasoline comes from the stars, come from our true essence, from the sun, the great sun. Maybe it comes from whatever is your belief, from the oneness, from God, from your spiritual guide, whatever. But the light comes from somewhere, and we need to connect it to that, because it will bring us the food we need to deal with the duality. It will bring us the stable place. We can think from it. We can meditate from it about our next step. We can take things with a distance, without, I talked about in my last video about dealing with things from emotions. I am a very emotional person, and sometimes I deal with my emotions. I treat things with my emotions, but I need to be quiet sometime in order to not decide with my emotions, but decide with that wise part in me that is enlightened, connected to the stars, and at the same time connected to the earth realm. That is duality. The earth realm is duality. Okay, what is the other message? Karma comes in. It looks like at the moment we are dealing really with freeing karma with like very intensive, in a very intensive way. We are talking about ancestries at the moment, talking about healing our link to our ancestors, freeing ourselves from the negative influence. And there is a book, by the way, that would be really interesting for you if you are working with ancestors. Let me bring it. So there is this book called The Ancestral Medicine, which is a nice book, very good book if you are beginning in this path. Rituals for Personal and Family Healing by Delaford. There are other books also that I might suggest, but this one is really it will give you the principles of ancestral healing. I did a workshop in October about it because it's something of the moment. It's something that we need to deal with at the moment. So Archangel Metatron is talking about karma, about dealing with these, and the karma came with the duality. It looks like our own DNA. I talk a lot about DNA change because our DNA is changing at the moment, and we are bringing new ways of living that is different from our ancestors. Ancestors meaning our young ancestors or the last ones. We have lived in a very big dual world till now, but we are getting to a new dimension. We are learning to live in the new planet with new rules, with new principles. And I want to see this card before this one, and there is the beacon, shine on. This is a very beautiful card. I mean, do you see how the cards are vibrant? And this card talks for me about the difficulty, but at the end the light will shine. So if we are having a difficult moment now with all what is going on in our lifetimes, in our lives, the complications we might encounter, we might have very deep questions. Where are we going? What do I need to do from now on? How can I gather my different parts? How can I feel joy? How can I live in a more harmonious way? How can I get out of the mess that is stressful, that has the greed as a value? So there are deep questions going on, but these questions have the right to exist because they are bringing this change in you. They are letting the light get to you. They are letting the difficulties to be faced in order for you to be empty from all these knots, and so you can embrace the light and receive it in your vessel. What is the other message? Higher realm and magic. I mean, these cards are beautiful. I love them. Higher realms and magic as the last card for me is showing us the way to connect to higher realms. For me is the entrance to that world I'm talking about, the world that we want to go to, or the world that is forming, that is taking form for the next generations, because we have seen the consequences of our dual life. And we need to fix that in order to embrace the light and construct a new future and bring more light into our bodies with less sickness, less complication. Why most of people now are sick? I mean, every person I talk to has something on her body. I mean, this is not right. There is something that is not right in this system that brings us to the sickness. Why? And we need to construct a new word that is honest, that is true. And the way I see it for this, I mean, it's interesting that we have these cards, these two cards. For me, they are really talking about connection to higher realms, connection to Metatron. Maybe you might want to call the Archangel Metatron to help you in this process. And I want to put a card in the middle. Thank you, Metatron. This is really beautiful. We got the bee, the yellow, joy and happiness. It's, for me, it's like a promise. It's like an invitation to connect with Metatron, to vibrate this energy and bring it back, shine it in the world, shine it in the planet. Anyway, this is a quick reading we made together with this deck. If you want to check it out, I will leave the link below. But believe me, it's really a beautiful deck. I mean, we just did a small reading, but there are other cards, I mean, that are beautiful. And you can put some of them. I use the cards with their vibration, so you can put the card over a paper with the problem or with the name. Sometimes people tell me, okay, can you put me in your prayers? And at that time I write their names and I put a card over their names, because not all people can afford to have a session. So these cards work very beautifully in this way. You can put it also in your altar, or you can put it below your, oh, this is beautiful. You can put it below your pillow when you go to sleep. Hi again, this is Ouassima, and I'm sorry, I just cut off the video because I received another deck, and it is the it's called the Blick Tarot. I just received it, and I'm so happy because I have been waiting for these little square cards. So I might be presenting this to you in another video, but I just wanted to tell you goodbye, and I will meet you for another video about high vibrational decks. So keep following the channel, keep following the videos, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.